Hey everyone, it's Mari, and I'm back today with another 12 by 12 process. Today I'm documenting another portion of our summer holiday, and it's going to involve some pictures with some water sports, and that's why I decided to do this texture paste bubble background or circle background on the right side of the layout, and you'll see how it fits in as we go along here. So I was just using that Prima stencil and some Ranger texture paste. Now I've taken this Dear Lizzie Happy Place patterned paper, and what I'm going to do is I've already cut the strip of the paper for the left side of the layout, about the left half of the layout. And now what I've done is I've taken a cut file from Just Nick Studios, and I'll leave the link below for that online store. But this is a cut file called Some People, and it's really cute. I really love it. And it was really intricate to cut this and get it off of my cut mat, but it was totally worth it. It took a little bit of time, but I really love how it turned out in the end, and I love what it says. It says, some people make you laugh a little louder, your smile a little brighter, and your life a little better. And I just love that sentiment, and I thought it worked perfectly with the photographs that I'm going to be scrapping here today. So I've just got that glued down there, you can see on that pattern paper, just so that you can see it a little bit more. And then of course the pattern paper just adds more detail to the layout. Now I've printed off my photographs in black and white. They're both square, but one is about 3.5 by 3.5 and the other one is about 2 by 2. And they're not the same photograph. They're actually two photos that I took while the kids were tubing. We rented a cabin at Waskesiu Lake last weekend, and the 6 of us went up there and we did a bunch of water sports on Saturday. It was a beautiful day, and the kids had so much fun tubing. And this is a picture of my son and his girlfriend Paul, and they are having just a blast. And I love how these photographs turned out. So I'm just sticking the photos down, just offsetting them. And I'm just adding a few embellishments here. I've got one die cut there that says swim team on it. That's from, I think, the Poolside collection. And then I've taken a little flare with that little extra detail on it from the Dear Lizzie Happy Place collection. And that the word rad, and I'm actually going to put that word on there straight rather than putting it on there at an angle, just because I like the way that looked a little bit more. And I'm just adding, so the color scheme here is the aqua and the dark pink and the light green. I thought I might add a little bit of pattern paper at the bottom, but I didn't really like how that looked. I thought it was a little bit too heavy. The paper with the bubbles on it is the opposite side of the patterned paper that I have on the left there, the Dear Lizzie paper. And it's really cute, and I love the idea of the bubbles, but I just didn't like how that looked across the bottom. And so I come up with another plan later to kind of add a little bit of a cohesiveness. I thought this would draw the two sides together, but I just didn't like how it looked at the bottom. So we end up adding a frame to the entire layout here. So what I did, you'll see me here in a minute sizing the entire layout down, and I'm going to put the layout onto some craft cardstock as a frame, and I just like how that looked. The craft is pretty neutral, but it does and of course it does, like I said, it just adds that frame to the rest of the layout. So you'll just see me here sizing this down a little bit, and then I'll just stick that down to the craft, and you can see how that adds just a nice frame to the entire layout. Now I really loved the circle theme and the idea of the bubbles and so on because of the picture with the kids in the water and doing the water sports. And so I decided that I would add my journaling onto the layout instead of just in strips or in a square shape in that white space area at the top on the right. I decided to add it in circles. So you can just see I've taken my Stampin' Up! Circle punch. I think it's a 2.5 punch. And what I did was I just printed out my journaling on my computer and on some vellum, and then I just took my circle punch and cut those out. Then I just stapled them to some white cardstock just to give them a little more dimension, and then I just popped them up on some foam tape just to bring them up off of the layout. You can see on the cut file there, I've also backed those 2 hearts. Again, just with the 2 of the colors from the color scheme, which is the light green, the dark red, and the aqua color. I didn't get a heart in the aqua color, so what I did was I cut a heart using a heart punch out of the aqua paper and just added it there onto the photos. You can see in between the 2 photographs. So now I'm just going to take my Nuvo drops. I'm going to add some drops to the layout. I actually add 3 different clusters. You'll only see me doing 1 on camera, and then I do the other 2 areas off camera. I was going to do some stitching on the layout. I forgot to do that before I added the Nuvo drops, so you won't see that on the layout because I'll have to do that after the Nuvo drops dry, of course. So I just love this layout because it's documenting a really great time that we had together as a family. We spent the weekend together at this cabin, at a cabin at Waskesiu. It was absolutely gorgeous. We stayed at Elk Ridge, and it was just a beautiful spot. The surroundings are absolutely gorgeous there. There's a beautiful golf course, and of course the lake. It's a Canadian National Park, and so it is just a really beautiful spot, and the kids did have just a really awesome time. I shot these photos with my DSLR camera with my zoom lens, and I just really love how it really captured the moment when these kids were just having a blast on the tube. They had so much fun, so many laughs, and boy did we ever laugh when we looked at these pictures after. There was some really priceless shots of them when they were tubing. So I hope you enjoyed this today. I hope you're having an amazing, amazing day wherever you are. And thanks so much for stopping by my channel and for checking out my video today. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time on my channel. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.